An action-packed 15 overs in this final decider of the three-match ODI series. England starting off in disastrous fashion, then good repair work done by Ben Stokes and Jason Roy, and then when both have gone, again, it's a case of trying to repair the ship yet again. Those 2 wickets, 2 for 2 for Hardik Pandya, the early dismissals to Mohammad Siraj. I'm joined on Cricbuzz Comm Box by Joy Bhattacharjya, and while obviously it's fresh in the memory of what Hardik Pandya has achieved, but let's go back to Mohammad Siraj. It just appears that India weren't feeling the loss of Jasprit Bumrah at all.
Absolutely. I think that's the one thing that they did, wicket-taking bowler up front. The first wicket was decent, but the wicket to get out Joe Root, to get a ball like that early, and that's what Siraj does so well. Bowl wicket-taking balls early to batsmen at a time when they're still not set. There's nothing Root could have done about it, nothing too many other batsmen could have done about it. And I think that's what it paid off for the Indians, playing aggressive, playing the better bowler rather than looking for a guy who had both options there.
And that's exactly what happened early on. Johnny Bairstow was the first to go, which was a bit of an awkward dismissal for Bairstow, but Root, as Joy said, was a beauty. But then England did what they generally do best, which is play their aggressive brand of cricket. Jason Roy, Ben Stokes, attacking from pretty much ball one until it was the sixth bowler. And it was not a sixth bowler who's just tossed the ball to say, just get us a few overs to plug some gaps. Hardik Pandya is not plugging any gaps.
Absolutely. In fact, that's what I was just thinking when you said it, and you set it up beautifully, because, technically he's the sixth bowler, but he is definitely easily among the top 2 bowlers today. If you look at the bowlers today, it's been Siraj's day and it's been Pandya's day. And it's not just because of the wickets, because there's some days when you say, other bowlers bowl really well and they don't get wickets. But what he's done out here, Shami went for a few runs, but that's because the English attacked. He tried to bowl up to them and get some swing. There was no swing on offer. Siraj kept it up and therefore got hit a bit. So if you can see, his run rate is not great. But what bowlers 3 and 4 have done has been absolutely fantastic. Prasidh Krishna. So in the last 5 overs, you've just given away 14 runs and taken 2 wickets. And both those wickets have been a result of the pressure. Both of them trying to charge the bowler. Both of them, Hardik Pandya gets there, both trying to charge the bowler. And just that short ball, which he seems to bowl with so much facility for a man who's not express space. So I'm really impressed by Hardik Pandya. And I thought Prasidh Krishna was very decent today as well, so far.
Yeah, and certainly the angle that he gets in terms of Hardik Pandya, I think that what surprises most batsmen is the pace. Whether it's the fact that Hardik Pandya's medium pace, or whether you know that he's maybe been struggling with injuries at some point in time, you're always thinking as a batsman, okay, he's going to bowl within himself. I'm not sure he understands the meaning of that.
Absolutely. And the ball to get Ben Stokes, the way he got him, and Ben had nowhere to go. He's charged him, and it's also exactly the kind of direction he got. He had no other option but to fend at that. And I think that's what always surprises people. And, once a long time back, I was talking to Brendan about this, about heavy balls. And he was telling me that heavy balls always don't register as the fastest balls, but somehow they're heavier, they come on to you faster. And that was a peach of a delivery. I thought these two have bowled absolutely brilliantly, which means that there's a bit of a conundrum for the Indian team, saying, how long do we keep bowling them before bringing on our spinners? Because, our spinners are supposed to be one of our main weapons. But, these guys are bowling so well that you really want them to continue, because they're squeezing the runs and they're forcing the batsmen to take risks.
But having said that, that Yuzvendra Chahal is going to be a weapon for Rohit Sharma. So you'll have to time it perfectly, because now England know that an out-of-form Butler, Moeen Ali always delivers, and their best batsman in this series, which is David Willey, is yet to come.
Absolutely. That's the one great thing England has done. They have so much depth in their batting, with people like Willey coming that late in the order. It just gives them so many more opportunities. Interesting that they held back Liam Livingstone. And I feel that they think it's too early in the innings to play him. So Moeen Ali goes in first. Liam Livingstone is a weapon they feel that will be best used, overs 35 onwards. So they're sort of holding him back, that if wickets don't fall, he's the kind of guy who can really charge at them at that point. They don't want to risk getting him out early.
Yeah, well, 3 maidens for Hardik Pandya early on. So as you said, for Rohit Sharma, he'll be thinking, look, I want to keep him on, and yet, it's not about protecting him, but he needs to use him in the best manner possible. So now, while India certainly on top, it'll be a few heads to be scratched to just make sure the second half of the innings, well, we're far from the second half of the innings, but the third quarter of the innings, shall we say, the remaining three quarters, get utilized properly from a bowling point of view.
Absolutely. I think they've got to be very careful, play their plans well, and have something in the tank left to attack Livingston with. Because if these two manage to stitch a partnership, or even Willie comes and makes a partnership, I think they're depending on Livingston now to give them that final blast through in the last few overs.
Yes, certainly is. I know I mentioned David Willey, didn't even mention Livingston because once again, like Butler, he hasn't quite shown the kind of explosive form he's shown in the IPL. But that's all we have on Cricbuzz Comm Box in the 15th over. We'll be back in the 35th, and it should be plenty of innings building for England to do. Just the one stat they'll be clinging on to: 8 out of the last 9 games at this particular venue have been won by the side batting first. So just something for them to think about, something for India to think about as well.